Hey guys, what's going on? It's Steph here. Hope you've been well. I know I have. So this week's episode is a little different from the norm. I know I didn't warn you, but I promise this is going to be a good one. In fact, it is so epic that it's going to be two parts. One part this week. Next week will be a regularly scheduled metal detecting video, and then we're going to go back to part 2 and the wrap up of this week's episode. But I haven't even told you what this is about yet, so I guess I will back up stuff and tell you what it's about. So my good friend Amanda and I met up and we did some dump digging. This is something I almost never do. In fact, I've only ever put out one dump digging video in the past, and it was a totally different kind of dump. We went dump digging at a textile mill that was in operation from the early 1800s to early 1900s. There are literally thousands upon thousands upon thousands of military uniform buttons here, police officers' buttons, fire departments, civilian buttons as well, you name it. And oh yeah, by the way, there are bottles, you can find coins, you can find religious medallions. This place is a treasure trove, and I am so happy Amanda invited me out. Now, with that said, really quick, some of you diggers will recognize this dump. I have already had a few people say, hey, were you at such and such a dump in such and such a state, just based on a couple of photos online in the background behind me. So please do the right thing etiquette-wise. If you know where I am, please don't comment with the location, but I am curious, if you have been there without posting the location, what have you found? What was your favorite thing that you found at this location? I'm really curious to hear your comments. So before we hop in, as a reminder, I am a proud affiliate of KELLYCO Metal Detector, so if you need anything metal detecting related at all, do not hesitate, shoot me a line at stefdigs@gmail.com, or if you already know what you want, just use my code STEFDIGS, all one word, when you check out. All right. Let's hop in. So doing something a little bit different today. You can probably tell we are at a dump. And by we, special guest on the channel, Amanda Digger Degas. A Digger Degas on Instagram, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I'll put a link to her Insta below. And she's already found some cool stuff. She's been here a couple hours. Much more of a morning person than I am. This is someone's discard pile, just to give you an idea of what people end up throwing out. These are some less valuable plastic buttons. But she's found a lot of, like basically Civil War to like World War II era buttons here, and even some gold. So we'll be back with you when we find something interesting. Well, I'm working this pile right here because this is where Amanda found gold a couple feet down. So I'm literally going for the gold right now. So far, I've got some porcelain up there. I'm not going to keep it or anything, any of the broken stuff. I mean, it's just everywhere. You can see behind me a lot of discarded pieces, but I did just get my first desirable target. Amanda gave me the tip to look for round rust, and I found some. Flipped it over, and I swear I saw it. Let me try to orientate this properly. It's a Great Seal button. I know it looks like crapola right now, but you can kind of see the eagle there. So that's a really good sign. Okay, very good. Let's keep going. And no sooner did I turn off the camera than Amanda found something interesting. Hop over here on my knees.
Hemweight.
Wait, all right. Nice.
Yeah.
Always fun to find.
Absolutely. Makes sense to be here.
Yeah, I would say so. So I don't think I mentioned in the beginning of the video, but in case you can't tell, from her, she's got a huge bag of buttons over there. We're at a textile mill, so should be finding lots more today. All right, I got another neat find, kind of poking through, trying to get down a couple of feet here just to find some good stuff. I found this little buckle. It's pretty neat. Hopefully I can just maybe put that through electrolysis or just dump it in some vinegar. I'm gonna have a lot of stuff to throw in vinegar by the end of the day, I think. All right. Well, Amanda's onto another button right now, but she just threw me this one. This one's really cool. And I saw a fire department like right as I was pulling in here. So it makes sense this is here. This is probably like mid to late 1800s fire department button, I would say. Can't get a back mark yet, but she thinks it's in terrible shape. I think it's beautiful, but that's me. And then she just threw me a New York State button. I can barely tell what's going on right there, but dude. That's how far down I have to get. You can't really tell with the camera, but she's about maybe 18 inches down, over elbow deep. Yeah. And it's paying off because she's pulling out a lot of stuff. So I got a good move on here. Okay, so Amanda just gave me a tip because now I'm going to dig over here she pulled out this claw for me. I was actually digging with my edge digger before, and that really was not cutting it, no pun intended. But anyway, so this is all very loose soil. What she's telling me is that the people who were digging inward over here, this is kind of their discard pile and things that they would be kicking out. So think of, you know, like I guess an animal trying to burrow is what I picture. You want to go for the hard packed soil, and that's where we just were right here. She was helping me loosen it up. And bing, bang, boom, 2 buttons. On the right, I've got a navy anchor button. I don't know, what's the age on that, you think? It's got like an iron back, so it can't be that old.
1925?
Oh, okay. That's very precise. Not just 1920s, 1925. But we'll look at that up. Maybe in the Alberts book. And then the one on the left, I can't really see it, but Amanda said it's like an eagle with the wings down. Can't confirm or deny that yet, but we'll be back with you soon. And again, I keep turning the camera off. This would have been way easier with a GoPro, but oh well, using the phone today. So Amanda just pulled this out. Beautiful, great seal button. That's one of the better conditioned buttons I would imagine you found here, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they're usually kind of encrusted in rust. Very nice. Okay, so I'm doing what Amanda said. I'm getting down the layers here. But before that, I'm going through what we actually dug out. And I found a couple of interesting buttons. This one, it's not military or anything, but it's like round. It's pretty cool. I believe it feels like rubber. I could be wrong. But imagine wearing that all day. I don't know how I'd feel about that. But anyway, this is more why I turn the camera on. Nice little navy cuff button. Can I get this in the right? Trying to hold it right side up, but it's hard to see where the anchor is now. I swear I saw it though. So that is very cool. All right, so just doing a little bit of check-in here. We're closing the gap pretty soon, I think, or opening the gap, whatever you want to call it. Working on it. So here's my pile so far from this little hole. You can see a lot of rubber buttons. This one's kind of cool. It's a, what did you say it was? Like a Bakelite, maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's not that old, maybe, what, 40s, 50s or something?
No, I think this place shut down. Well, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So we'll just go with kind of sort of old vintage. A lot of like button tops to military buttons and a bunch of rubber ones as well. But Amanda really is in the hot spot over there because she just pulled out another New York, which should clean up pretty nice, I would say. But I don't really know what I'm talking about. So as you guys know, I mainly metal detect. I don't usually dump dig, very rarely. So this is kind of new to me. And then she just pulled this out, which is going to have a lot of gold gilt left on it, I think. Beautiful eagle button. We're not entirely sure on the age of that. I think it's post-Civil War, but hard to say because I can't really get a back mark off of it. But we're doing well out here,
Yeah.
I have to say.
Yes.
All right. All right, making more and more progress here. More and more kind of sort of desirables up there. But I just found an eagle button. I haven't found one this style before. Almost looks like a Louisiana button. It's one of those that'll really make you freak out if you were to find one. It's not in very good shape. It has a hole in the front. But I found this also like a little, I guess it's a cuff button, maybe. It's hard to flip over in my hands though and hold this at the same time and not drop it back down into the hole. So, you found anything?
Glass.
Ooh. It's a
Yeah.
glass button or like a...
Yep.
Oh. I have never seen anything like that. It's really a button? Like who the hell wears one that's that big?
Yeah, it's got some good chunk of. Oh,
there it goes. Did you break the whole thing? Oh. Well, that may or may not still end up in the video, so shame. So we just found simultaneous anchor buttons. Amanda found this rubber one. This is rubber, right?
oh yeah.
Okay. What's the age on these?
No.
I thought you were the expert here. I don't know, but she was specifically looking for one of these, so that's good. Or multiples, you know. We traded though because I found this, which is why I turned on the camera. I found a nice little anchor cuff button. She thinks that'll clean up pretty well, so I'm going to trust her on that. Yay! All right. And the hole gets deeper and deeper because that's what we're doing. I just found way more rubber buttons. It's starting to turn on over this side because like I said, we're kind of closing the gap here, and she's found a ton of buttons over there. I just found a beautiful anchor button, and I know I found more roundness in the hole. It's just the second you take your eyes off of things, they disappear, and that's the problem. So I'm gonna see if there's anything right here. This is very difficult to do, by the way, guys, because I don't have a GoPro. So let's see. Do we see anything? Do we see anything? I'd love to find one of these live on camera with you guys, but I'm not sure if it's gonna happen. What's that? Yep. Not as easy as it looks, but hey, we'll be back when we find something else. So our friend Scott just showed up.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
And so now it's the three of us. And I also turned the camera on because I have something exciting down here. As I was digging, I see something round. And it looks like a nice big, oh my God, I'm gonna fall in. I'm literally gonna fall in. Wait a minute. Well, yep. Okay, so I briefly dropped you guys and fell in, but look at this gorgeous police officer's button. Tons of gilt left on that. It's like literally in perfect shape. Try not to drop it here. And I don't know exactly what we have for a back mark, but that pattern kind of looks like mid-1800s to me. And there's rust on it from other stuff, but we can definitely clean that up. That is the nicest button, condition-wise, that I have dug today. Without a doubt. That is beautiful. Hope to find some more of those. So the deeper we're getting, the better the condition the buttons, I think. Beautiful, great seal. I mean, that's on par with my police button, at least, for condition. Do we have a back mark? Can we tell what it is?
Shank. No, but
it'll be there, though.
Yes.
Nice and brass. Beautiful. I love it. Is that still fabric through it?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. I'd almost want to leave it like that. I'd be tempted. Very nice. It's official. We've got a tunnel going over here. And I took a big scoop of dirt and I put it back just to kind of show you in situ. But I can barely show you anything because now I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Don't roll away on me. We got a beautiful anchor button. And I think this is a staff officer. I don't really know though. I thought the ones with the recessed rim around the edge were. This should clean up really well though. Camera's not really showing it too well since we're in the shade right now, but you can see like the striations behind the anchor and leaves and a wreath and all that fun stuff, and I can't wait to clean that. That is beautiful. Amanda's got a unique one here. Yeah. Talk about an anchor button. Look at this. Let me get it in my hand and get a close up. That is really different. You know, I wonder if that would be civilian, if it's just like a blazer button that's made to look military. We'll have to find out. If that's in the Albert's book, you'll have to let me know once you get home.
Absolutely.
That's wicked cool. Yay. Awesome.
One I haven't seen before.
Definitely. And I also found, where did I put them? I had no idea that we'd be finding flat buttons here. Like this is, did I just break the shank off? Oh my gosh, I did. Anyway, the shank was on there. I can't believe I did that. I'm breaking everything in my videos lately. But it's silver-plated flat button. Did I say that right? I feel like I'm not speaking English today. Silver-plated flat button. Wow. I have to put the shank with it. And then a little convex that just disappeared. But, oh, thanks for that. Is there anything on it? Looks like there might be.
Could be. Yeah, it's got something on it, I think.
Oh, really? Sweet. Let's see here. Can't really tell, but there's definitely something on there. So probably, maybe it's another navy cuff. I don't know. That's cool. I did not expect the age of flat buttons here, though. Yep. All right, so this is all one huge hole now. That's where Amanda was. She's behind me now, checking out a new spot. And I'm working in this big pit. And this is still hard-packed stuff. So when I was scraping at it, this guy, which is just a button front, unfortunately, but it's very cool, pops out. And more just caved in. Whoopsies. It's an anchor with a horseshoe. And I can't tell exactly what's behind it, but that is super cool. So that's the second really unique anchor button that we pulled out of here. That is awesome. I love that. I can't wait to research it when I get home. Hopefully I'll have an answer as to what it is. Okay, I stopped to take a break for a second because this was starting to cave in. And I was pushing this out, saw something very obviously green. And it's a brass button, but I can't quite make out exactly what's on the front. Is that another anchor? Oh, it is. You know what? I was holding it sideways when this first came out, and I'm like, see? What is that? No. It's an anchor with a crown, and it's flipping gorgeous. Can't get anything in the way of a back mark just yet, but I think that's going to be how it rolls for today until I get home to clean this stuff up. That's gorgeous, though. Okay, I got another one here. This is a little guy. Picked it up briefly, but put it back where I found it. Okay. Let's see. Still not exactly sure what's on here, so I figured we'd look at it together. Almost looks like some kind of eagle, maybe. I kind of want to brush that off. I'll come right back. Alright, so I brushed it off. Still not entirely sure, but it does look like it's an eagle on top of an anchor. It's just not one I've ever seen before. The back, I can't tell if it's going to be brass or anything at all, to be honest with you, because it's just full of dirt and rust right now. But it's still a beautiful button. I would assume it's military. Don't really know until I get home. That's awesome, though. Well, I'm continuing to work this way because this is all hard packed, so I'm just kind of scraping the surface. And as I was pushing stuff this way, I saw a flash of gold. And yeah, it's got to be a button. It's got another P in the middle, almost like, you know, police department like last time, but it looks like there's lettering around the edge. I am going to spray that off and come right back. That's a beautiful button. So before I show you my exquisite button, Scott's wearing a mask not to get dust all up in his grill.
Yeah, it kind of makes it a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, because when you get under here, there's really no room to breathe. So I'm happy over at my hole, but he's looking for bottles. Anything much of note yet? Any
No,
partials?
not too much. Couple buttons, but yeah, a couple bottle tops, but nothing great yet. So hoping to get a complete one out of there at some point.
Well, let's hope. Fingers crossed. And we're going to move on to this real quick. You know what? Let's get this properly in the sun. Look at that gold gilt. It says City of Taunton, 1864. I don't even have to guess on the age. That's ridiculous. I was just asking Scott if he's ever found a button like with a date on it like that. He said no. So, wow, Civil War era police button. That is just... you know, if I can top this today, I will be really impressed. If anyone tops this today, I'll be impressed. Woohoo! But that is just ridiculous. I love it. So Amanda came over. She's got something now.
Yeah, not sure what it
She's
is.
not sure, but that's okay. It's all interesting stuff. Let me see. I don't know. It reminds me of, you know, something Chinese because it's got the square hole in the middle.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
That's... Oh my god. Okay, I found it and it's not hurt. Okay. Now it looks like it's copper based on the pink undertones and how green it is. But I have no idea. Still a cool little curiosity, I guess, though. It's something.
Yeah.
Anything else over where you were digging?
If we thought it was dust here, it's dust over there.
Okay,
but
so we'll stay
it's,
here.
It's opened, so
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right.
Could be a whole nother video.
Yeah. Oh, I just got something else pretty cool. As I'm moving this out and brushing it back here, I'm actually not seeing the buttons really as they come out, but when I'm brushing them. And I actually had to brush this off with my tough plastic bristle brush to see that it was even like a brass button. But we have another navy button. That's a coat size. Beautiful. It is missing a chunk over here, but that should still clean up pretty well. Very happy with that. Okay, so I just found something else here. Shiny little button. Just I think. Yep, wow, it looks like a nice fire department button. I can see it was shiny, that's why I've got the spray bottle in my hand. Figure we spray it off together, at least try. That might be kind of hard to see in the shade. And I'm just spraying more dirt on it. This never seems to go too well. I'll come right back. Okay, I'm in the best light I can get in. It says City of New York with an FD in the middle, so it's a fire department button. And the back is, it's seen better days. I think that might actually be cloth that's through it. I was trying to get it out and it felt really soft and wasn't coming out, so I don't think it's dirt. But hey, who knows? And that might actually be gold gilt, you know, because it would have matched other fire department buttons of the age. Most of them are gold gilt, and gold can tend to look like silver in terms of plating or gilding when you first dig it up. So once this is actually cleaned up properly with some lemon juice, I'll be able to tell better. And I haven't shown you everything I've been digging because, you know, my last signal, listen to me, I'm used to shooting metal detecting videos. My last really good button was probably about half an hour or so ago. But I've been digging up tons and tons and tons of rubber buttons. And the reason I'm doing that is to look for ones like what Amanda found with the anchor on it. Because I guess those are like Depression era Navy buttons. But you never know until you clean stuff up. What was it?
Goodyear.
Oh yeah, the Goodyear buttons. Yeah, so if I find some rubber buttons that say Goodyear on the back, I guess those are repurposed tires from the Depression era, and they made them into buttons. Hard times call for desperate measures, so. But that is a very cool button. All right, back with you soon. Alright, so that seems as good a place as any to cut the video because I'm about halfway through the footage I took that day and I still have to do a wrap up, so it's going to be pretty epically long if I don't cut it here. As a reminder, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, we are going to do a metal detecting video next week to switch it up because frankly I really don't want to wait any longer for this one to come out. It is absolutely epic, one of my best hunts of the year by far. And then 2 weeks from now you will see part 2 of this video with a proper wrap up included. So also, let me know in the comments, do you like dump digging videos? I know that this is really a metal detecting channel 99.9% of the time, but if you like these kinds of videos, I had a blast at this dump and I would be happy to film there again. If you hate these kinds of videos, I still want that honest feedback, so please leave me a comment below and let me know what you thought. So with that, remember, get out there, save what you can, do what you love. We'll see you next week.